What's up, guys? If you're new to the channel, this is Life is Easy and I'm Ray Sid. So today, guys, I want to give you guys a little bit of an overview of the i8. The i8's still in the shop. We're still getting the body work done. That should be back this week, so I'll have some more footage, some more videos kind of related to the i8, but that's really going to be coming this week. So right now I wanted to do 5 things I hate about the i3. So guys, if you know, I love the i3. It's my everyday car. It's the car I literally drive all the time. But there are definitely some things I don't like about the i3. So today, I'm gonna take you guys out. I'm gonna grab my mom. We're gonna go to the west side, kind of run around a little bit, maybe clean the car off. And I'm gonna show you guys 5 things I hate about the BMW i3. All right, so real quick, let me go ahead and unplug the car. Boom, boom, you can see car is kind of dirty right now. Boom. This is my charging setup. It's a little bit ghetto rigged, definitely not all the way closed, but that is what it is. Swoop. And we are fully charged. All right, guys, so I'm gonna head out of here, go scoop up my mom, and have some more content for you guys. So guys, real quick, I really do love the i3. Like, there's no kind of capping, oh, I own the car, blah, blah, blah. Like, I worked at Tesla. The i3 is dope. I really love the i3. It's a cool car. There's just a couple little things that aren't that dope about the i3, you know what I mean? And I think every car is kind of like that, and you kind of got to weigh, you know, the 5 things I love versus the 5 things I hate video to kind of give you an idea of if this is the right car for you and if this is the car you want to buy. Let me roll these windows up real quick. But I mean, overall, I think the i3 is one of the best electric cars, especially at the time. It was one of the first entries for BMW, one of the first entries into the electric car market. And I mean, honestly, it's a sick car. It's a really sick car. Just a couple things that I gotta talk a little bit of shit about. All right, guys, so we made it to my mom's house. We're about to pick her up. We're up at her crib. I'm gonna take her around the car a little bit, have her in this video, just throw her in it with us. She's the biggest Tesla fan in the world. She's supposed to be getting the Model Y here pretty soon. So I'm sure she'll have some other opinions of the i3. I think she loves the i3 too, but we're going to have a Tesla fan in the car with us to talk a little bit of crap about the i3. And let's go get my mom. All right, guys, so we made it to my mom's place, picking her up. We're going to go over some little things with the i3 right now. I'll show you guys one thing I don't like before we leave, but here's my mom. There we go, first video with her. She put her mask on. So first thing about the i3 that is kind of annoying, I'll show you guys here with the door setup, is just how these doors open. So I know in the last video I was showing you guys, oh, I really like how the doors are. You can kind of see here though, if I get out of the car and I have both doors open, it's like I literally can't go anywhere. So like if I have someone in the back seat, sometimes I have my son back here, I'm trying to pick him up, I'm literally trapped in the car right here. So I'll have my mom come over here real quick and show you guys just how boxed in I am. Boom. And you can kind of see I'm literally trapped in here. So if I was trying to take something out, now I gotta like do this little thing where I'm like closing the door and trying to like get around the door. So that's definitely kind of annoying with the i3. As much as I love this open space and it's really easy to get into the car here, sometimes the doors, the way they are, is a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the car with her, drive around a little bit, and show you guys some more stuff that I hate about the i3. All right, guys, so we're in the car here, and hopefully hopefully you guys can hear some of the bumps in the car, because that's one of the next things that I don't love about the i3. One of the first things I noticed was just how skinny the wheels and tires are. And I'll show you guys just how skinny the tires are on there. But as a result of that, the car is just really bumpy because it doesn't have a lot of tire touching the ground. It doesn't have a lot of rubber there. So you kind of start to notice like every little bump in the road, you just feel it in this car. Just every little bump is super jarring. And I think had they just chose a little bit wider tire, we wouldn't be dealing with a lot of those issues. I don't know if you noticed that when you're in the car.
Yeah.
I feel like even in the Prius, the car rode a little more smooth than this. So I think that's one of the first things I noticed in the i3 is just that it's not the most smooth ride ever. It's definitely sporty. It feels quick.
Yeah, it is sporty.
But I think the people who are buying this car weren't necessarily looking for a sporty ride. I think they were looking for something that was more chill. And this car, definitely with that skinny tire and the short wheelbase, the car is pretty bumpy. Alright, so we're coming through here, through downtown. About to head over to the 10 freeway, and then that'll take us over to the west side. One of the other things I wanted to add to this, it's definitely not going to be one of the things on my list because I don't personally hate this about the i3. But in a lot of electric cars, I think pretty much every electric car, when you let off of the gas pedal, the car automatically slows down. And I think for a lot of people, that's something they don't really like because they're not used to it. Most cars coast when you let off the pedal. On these cars, when you let off the pedal, the car kind of slows down. And that's called one-foot driving. It's actually kind of nice for me personally. You just let off the gas and it's just like a much more calm way of driving. But I get it, it's a lot different for a lot of people. I've seen that be a big complaint that some people have, but again, it's not something that I dislike. In fact, it's something that I like about the car. So I'm not including that on my list, but just so a lot of people know, when you let off the gas pedal on these cars, they do slow a pretty good amount. And that's something that some people don't like about the car.
And that's something that scared me when I first started driving this car, but I like that about it now.
I forgot you've driven it a couple of times. I mean, like when I first got in this car and I tried it, I didn't want the car at all because of that. I was like, this is weird as hell. Like you let off the gas pedal and the car is like literally stopping. But after a while of driving it, if you sit in traffic a lot all day, it's really going to be one of those features that you're like, okay, that's kind of nice actually. I actually prefer that. So, you know, hopefully you guys don't mind it, but that could be a deal breaker for a lot of people on this car, you know. So one more thing I don't like about the i3, and it's not something that I really ever noticed, is the range. One thing about electric cars, I know everyone has this range anxiety, it's kind of some crap. You do have to think about the range a little bit, I think, on cars that have less than 200 or so miles of range. This car does about 120 miles of range, and you do have to kind of think about where you're going to go. Like today we decided to go over to the west side. We're going to Santa Monica, Marina del Rey area, and I'm going to kill about half my range on this trip. Unfortunately, tonight I'm also going to drive to Ventura. So I do have that kind of in the back of my head that, okay, I really do have to go sit for like 2-3 hours to charge my car later on to make sure that I have enough range to go where I want to go. So I think that is kind of an issue with the i3. A lot of electric cars now, you know, 200 miles is kind of like the minimum range. I think, you know, the long range Teslas, we're seeing like mid 300s now is kind of where they're going to be. Supposedly the tri-motor is going to be in that 400 mile range. So for right now, having a car that only goes 120 miles of range is kind of like you have one long trip a day. You can go one far place every day, and then you kind of need to charge. And that's really what you're dealing with the i3. In the LA area, not much of an issue. Everything's super close, but it just takes forever to get there because of traffic. Luckily, right now, there's not a lot of traffic. Unfortunately, if you have 2 or 3 far places to go, you're going to start to see you really want 200 to 300 miles of range. So a long-range Tesla is definitely a lot better play in terms of range. It's also a much more expensive car. So I really think the median there is kind of like a mid-range Tesla. You get to, you know, have a car that goes in that 200-mile range, but you get to save some of that cost. Unfortunately, the i3 right now only has 120 miles of electric range. It does have more gas power range. I know I have a range extender on this car, so I can go an additional like 80 miles with gas. I just hate doing that. Like, I didn't buy an electric car to put gas in the car. So for me, I just kind of look at the electric range, but you know, sometimes you have to use that gas motor. So That's one thing I will say is a little bit annoying. I don't hate it about the car, but when you have 2 long trips in a day, you might actually hate that. So that's another thing I hate about the i3. All right, so we made it here. We're actually in Venice. So we were going to Marina, but we ended up in Venice. We're gonna hop out of the car. I'm gonna show you guys one more thing I don't love about the i3. This is one of my mom's favorite areas. So we're gonna get some tacos over here, Teddy's Red Taco. Shout out the Red Taco spot. And that's about it. Show you guys some B-roll of Venice and just one of the most historic areas in Southern California.
And one of my favorite places. I used to live here when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, she probably spent a little bit too much time here, but let's go grab these tacos, show you guys a little bit more about the car and what I hate about it. I feel like as soon as I get to Venice, it's just like a whole different vibe already. So I know a lot of you guys probably know the historic Venice sign. Boom, it's backwards, but you kind of get the vibe where we're at. Boom, here's the i3. I'm also show you guys the ocean view over there. So let me show you guys one more thing I don't like about the i3. The car's not unlocked, so let me go unlock the car. Boom, boom. Grab my keys, probably need those. So in the last video I showed you guys the extra storage space that's there in the front, but back here in the back there's really not that much storage space. Again, this is kind of a commuter. Guys, excuse the diaper there, you know what I mean, you gotta have that stuff in the car, but this is really like a commuter car that doesn't have a ton of storage space. You're not going to go grab all your furniture at IKEA. That's not really what's going to be going on right here. And you do have the front trunk area as well, but without putting down the seats, you really can't fit a ton of stuff in here. It's going to be real minimal what you pick up. This is just going to be kind of a running around the town kind of car. So again, not a ton of storage space in the back here. You do have your front trunk that's pretty small, but I would like to see maybe a little bit more storage in this car than what I see right here. But for the size of the car, it doesn't feel small inside. It definitely feels pretty spacious, but just not a ton of space to carry stuff in the trunk. Again, unless you do put down these rear seats that you can put down. All right, we're gonna head over here, grab some food, guys. And after we grab this food, we will give you guys 1 or 2 more things that we don't like about the car, get us to that total 5 things, and see you guys later. If you guys like the video so far though, please like and subscribe. And after we get some food, we'll have some more crap to talk.
Original skate spot. And on the other side of that part of the beach used to be the topless beach. On the other side of this skate thing.
So we made it out here, got our tacos. Teddy's never disappoints. So it's cool, man. Just imagine it's December 1st. We're out here in Venice, able to sit back, you know, eat outside with a short sleeve shirt on, and, you know, do a little car review. So as much crap as Southern California gets, as much people talk about how expensive it is, you know, how shallow people are out here, whatever the case is, it's a nice place to live, man. I don't know where else they're doing this on December 1st. You guys let me know somewhere cheaper that they're doing this, and I'll go ahead and move there, and I'll start doing my reviews from there. So just let me know. All right, so here's one more thing I don't like about the BMW i3. So right here, I'll show you guys the rear doors and windows. They don't go down. So there's no vent back here. I know it's a little bit messy in here. Boom. You can see there's literally no vent and the windows don't go down. So if you are a rear passenger, you have a kid in the back or something like that, I do imagine it could be a little bit stuffy in the back here. And I think that the windows not going down is kind of a thing that I didn't even think about when I was getting the car, but it could be a little bit of an annoyance. So, you know, the windows not going down, a little bit annoying. Not having a vent in the back, I'm sure it's a little bit crappy for the kid in the back or whatever. That's just one thing I don't like about the car, maybe one thing I hate about the car, but still very BMW car, lots of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. That's the stuff I hate. We came down here, we got a little bit of food, we showed you guys a couple things that we hate about the car. Hopefully this gives you guys a little bit more information if you're interested in buying the car. Thanks for coming along on this little trip. We definitely showed you guys a little bit more than an i3, but these are just some things to look out for. Again, I think it's a great deal on a car in this price range. You know, I picked up this car for like $24,000, half the price of a Tesla, and you get a lot for that price, man. It's a really quality car. It's still the BMW driving experience. I'm definitely parked in a real asshole location, so I'm gonna go ahead and move. If you guys like this video though, please like, subscribe, check out our new videos. I got the i8 coming back soon this week, so hopefully we'll get a little bit more i8 footage. These people are really pissed off that I'm sitting here. Mom, say bye.
Bye.
And we're out of here, guys.